Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to the Daily Packers Post, where we provide in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and to check out our website at thepackerspost.com. Today, we continue our in-depth coverage of each position group of the 2024 Green Bay Packers as we give our final grades for the tight ends. And this was an injury-riddled group that did have some success, but also some struggles. The starting tight end, obviously, was Tucker Kraft, and he won that job in training camp. Kind of wasn't sure whether it would be him or Luke Musgrave winning the job, but Kraft stayed healthy, and he had a strong training camp, and by the end of the season, he ended up being the Packers' second leading receiver. He finished the year with 50 catches for 707 yards. That's a 14.1 yard average per catch, which is solid for a tight end. And he led the Packers with 7 receiving touchdowns. The best part about Kraft's game is his ability to run after the catch. And he really, by the end of the season, became a security blanket for Jordan Love, because you could throw the ball to Tucker Kraft 2, 3, 4 yards down the field and just let him go. He averaged 9.1 yards after the catch. Only Josh Jacobs had a higher number. And that's because a lot of Jacobs' catches were behind the line of scrimmage. But Tucker Kraft really did a great job of making defenders miss. He is tough to tackle one-on-one. He's not a great blocker, but he is certainly willing, and he really proved himself to be the number one tight end on the Packers. I think the Packers should utilize Tucker Kraft more. I think he should be a bigger part of this offense, and that is something that Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love and the rest of the coaching staff are going to have to figure out, how to do that, and how to best utilize Kraft, because I think he really can be a weapon. And it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of next year, Tucker Kraft could be in contention for a Pro Bowl bid. The other player who was drafted the same year as Kraft and even a round ahead of him is Luke Musgrave, but Musgrave only played 7 games all year. He was limited by injuries, had 7 catches for 45 yards, and did not catch a touchdown. The thing about Luke Musgrave, it's so frustrating because, in 2 years, he has barely played 1 full season worth of games, and even some of the games he played in, he was limited because of different injuries that he suffered. If he's healthy, he has the rare speed to be a downfield weapon, which is not something that many tight ends do. I think Jermichael Finley was really the last Packers tight end who consistently provided, that ability to stretch the field and to create mismatches. I would really like to see more games where both Kraft and Musgrave are healthy and on the field together, because you can really create a lot of opportunities, not just for the two of them, but you could use the two of them to open up opportunities for some of the other receivers and backs on the field, depending on, how you scheme up your routes. And I know Matt LaFleur is very good at scheming receivers open, and he used the 2 tight end system extensively when he was the offensive coordinator in Tennessee. He really hasn't had a lot of opportunity to use it here with the Packers because they didn't have 2 dangerous receiving tight ends on the roster at the same time very often. I'm hoping in 2025 that we see both Musgrave and Kraft on the field, and then I'm looking forward to seeing what LaFleur can cook up for that dynamic duo. Ben Sims was the 3rd tight end. He played in all 17 games, even started a few when the Packers opened the game in 2 tight end formations. He was primarily a blocker and a special teams guy. Caught 4 passes for 42 yards. Again, Ben Sims, one of those guys that is fairly anonymous. He is a good blocker. He can catch the odd pass and pick up the odd first down. In fact, he had a touchdown not in 2024, but in 2023. He's one of those guys that is useful, but isn't going to make a lot of headlines. John Fitzpatrick, he played in 9 games for the Packers. He was signed when Luke Musgrave got hurt, ended up catching 1 pass for 2 yards. Again, more of a special teams guy and a blocker than a receiver. He's got good size, and we'll see whether or not he is back next year. Messiah Swinson, he spent the entire season on the practice squad, was not activated for a game, did not play in a game, but the Packers did sign him to a futures contract. So apparently they did like Swinson and liked what they saw from him enough that they're going to bring him back and give him another chance to make the team next season. So how would we grade the Packers tight ends overall? I don't think you could go as high as an A. I like what Tucker Kraft did this year. Musgrave, kind of a lost year in a lot of ways with all the injuries that he suffered. I would like to see more of him and more from him next year. The depth guys did what they were asked to do. They were solid, but not spectacular. So overall, my grade for the Packers tight ends in 2024 is a solid B. Feel free to give your grade in the comments. We always love to hear from our viewers, and thank you for watching this video. Don't forget, check out our website at thepackerspost.com, where we provide in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. I'm Gil Martin. Thanks for watching, and of course, go Pack Go.